One of my favorite things about watching and collecting a lot of films is there's always something new to discover. It's like a never-ending journey. It could be an unfamiliar director or an actor or actress who's new to you, maybe even a genre you've never seen before. And that brings us to today's episode. This is the Kazdoy Closet. I'm Kazdoy. That's my closet full of all the stuff that I love. And today, a genre, or maybe even a subgenre, that I'm really not very familiar with. Let's check it out. Today's film is Big Time Gambling Boss from 1968, 95 minutes long, in color and in Japanese with English subtitles. This is a Yakuza film. I'm not that familiar with those types of films. I always thought it was pronounced Yakuza, but apparently it's Yakuza. I also thought it was another word for something like mafia, but Yakuza means gangster. Now, I don't know if Yakuza films are considered a genre. I think they are, or a subgenre of Japanese films. I've seen a lot of Japanese films, and the Yakuza plays a role in a lot of them, but this is the first true Yakuza film I've seen, meaning everything takes place in that environment, in that Yakuza environment. It's all about the characters involved in that lifestyle, you might say. This begins with a clan boss who's rather elderly. He falls ill. He has a stroke, and his directions are choose a new boss. Well, that's where the problems arise, because some members of the clan want the job, some members don't, and we have a member who was in prison for like 3 or 5 years, and he's being released, and he thinks he deserves the job. So things get more and more complicated. That gang member released from prison is played by Tomisaburo Wakayama, and he is really the only actor I was familiar with, mainly because he was in this series, Lone Wolf and Cub, 6-film series I really love, and I did an episode on this one if you want to check it out. And if you have the Criterion Channel streaming service, I believe they're all still on there too. But at any rate, I wasn't familiar with the other actors in here, but apparently they have all appeared in many Yakuza films, and they all do an excellent job, especially the 3 main lead actors in this film. These are well-rounded characters with various motivations behind how they're behaving. Emotions run high in this film, but yet at the same time they're restrained. There's not a lot of over-the-top histrionics and jumping around that you see in a lot of like samurai films and Japanese films. It's more restrained. The themes are betrayal, trust, loyalty, and greed. Big Time Gambling Boss is a very involving and absorbing film, and that's really accomplished by focusing on the characters. It's mostly close-ups of their faces, medium shots where you have like 2 people in a shot or something. You're not going to see a lot of big fight scenes or a lot of big set pieces in this film. It's very intimate in its way by focusing on their faces and their emotions, and it also creates a lot of compassion for these characters and really a lot of tension, because we don't know where this is going. As the situation changes throughout the film, loyalties change, people's motivations change. It's very, very interesting. I'm going to give this one a rare 5 knives out of 5. Why knives? That seems to be the weapon of choice. There's a little bit of violence, not too much, and a little bit of blood that's very, very bright red. Definitely made me curious about seeing more Yakuza films, though I have a feeling from what I've seen and read about this film, this is not very typical of those types of films. So, what's on this disc? This is a Radiance disc. It's a fairly new label. This is the first one of theirs that I've watched. It is Region B. Picture quality is good, and the audio is good. There is a booklet inside that's about 30 pages. Yeah, 30 pages. Looks like this. And it's pretty informative, actually. There's 2 sections. One is about the film, and then there's a little bio of each actor. I could have done without the bios of the actors. I would have liked to know more about Yakuza films and maybe about this director instead. Now, this Radiance disc also comes with the reversible artwork. So that looks like original artwork there, which is pretty cool. And it comes with this little piece. It comes with this piece that fits inside like that, and you can just take it off, but it fits inside the case. So, one thing I like about this Radiance disc is I like how they set up their menus on the disc. They're very clean looking. You click on the extras, it tells you what the extra is, when it was made, and it tells you how long each extra is, which usually doesn't happen. I really appreciated that. Now, as far as the extras go, we have two main ones. One is a video essay called Ninkyo 101. It's about 15 minutes long. I think that's another word for these types of films. And that's a video essay. It's a history of Yakuza films, which go back all the way to silent films. I had no idea they've been around that long. I do think that, like I always say, these extras could use subtitles, English subtitles, even though they're speaking English. Sometimes you can't hear them that well. Sometimes there's some accents involved. And especially for that video essay, they show you so many clips of different films. I would have liked to have seen the titles of the films caption on the extra as well. The second extra is called Serial Gambling. It's 25 minutes long. It's another video essay. This is particularly on this film and how it fits into the other Yakuza films. So, where can you see Big Time Gambling Boss? Well, I'll be honest, I almost didn't want to post this episode because I don't know where you can see this. I mean, you can buy it if you're into that. It's going for maybe $20-25 still. There's still some left. But otherwise, you can try renting it from the usual places you rent things from. I don't see it on YouTube. I don't know if Amazon carries it. It's going to be tough, but maybe that'll change. So keep an eye out for it. Otherwise, hope you liked this episode. Feel free to leave a comment or suggestion down below. Since our last episode, I do want to give a shout out, as the kids say, to the following people who commented. Tina, Michael, Rob, and my Stormy Seas commented on various episodes. Feel free to leave a thumbs up. Don't leave a thumbs down. Subscribe would be great. Share this with your friends and neighbors. We have 2 new subscribers since our last episode. Rob and Joy, thank you so much for subscribing. It's free. The other thing that's free is you can follow us on Letterboxd under the Kazdoy closet. I put a link down below here. You just click on that. That's free, where you can see other reviews of other films, brief reviews that I write about. I just wrote about Scream 6, The Mothman Prophecies, and a film called Terrifier, which I gave a half star to. You can find out why if you look on Letterboxd. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.